Welcome back. Glorious day, my friends. We have exited the freeway and are making our way through Grandmom's town toward her delightful little abode. Our destination draweth nigh. 13 hours in this minivan, and the finish line is at last in view. What's that, Pierre? Yes, the same can be said about the Bible. God's Word, 13 hours from Genesis through the Old Testament to the Gospels, the Book of Acts, the Epistles, and now here we are on the precipice of the final book, the big finish, the end. Come again, Pierre? No, this isn't where we find out how Anakin Skywalker became Darth Vader. That's a whole different story. This is bigger, much bigger. Our tiny heads are stuffed to the brim with biblical knowledge. Is there room for one more exegetical meal, more theological insight? Oh, we must finish the journey to the end, to the end. Bring on Revelation, Mother. I hope Revelation doesn't have anything tricky about it. I'd like to end on an easy one. Whoop. Here we go!
Hi there, it's me, Phil, and it's time to wrap it up.
What do you mean, wrap it up? Wrap what up?
The Bible. This is it. We're at the end. The last book.
What? We're at the end? How did that... Really?
I know. We've been going through the Bible for a long time, but here we are.
It seems like just yesterday we were talking about Adam and Eve. They were so cute back then. Now they're all grown up and heading off to college.
What? No, Adam and Eve aren't heading off to college.
Anyway, now here we are at the last book, Revelation. There isn't anything tricky about this one, is there? I'd hate to end the whole series on something difficult.
Well, maybe not the easiest book.
According to this expert, Revelation is one of the most complicated books in the entire Bible.
Oh, okay. Well, that's just one expert.
And this expert says Revelation is one of the most difficult books in the entire Bible.
Oh dear.
Maybe we should just skip this one and call it a day.
Great idea! Thanks for coming, everyone. Drive safe.
Oh, wait. We can't skip Revelation.
Why not? It's complicated. It's difficult.
And that's exactly why lots of people skip Revelation. But Revelation tells us how our story ends. The story that started with God planting a garden, a place for us to live with Him in a relationship that was broken by sin. Don't you want to know how that story ends?
I know how the story ends. We go to heaven and we sit on clouds. The end.
Ah, that's how many people think the story ends. But that's not what the Bible says.
Wait, what?
The Bible doesn't end with us sitting in heaven. The Bible ends with heaven and earth coming together and being made new.
You're kidding me.
And this is in Revelation? What are we waiting for? Let's dive in.
Okay, here we go. Revelation! What's so tricky about it? Sunday school lady?
The book of Revelation was written by a guy named John who was stuck by the Romans on an island called Patmos as a sort of timeout for talking about Jesus. We think it was the John that was Jesus' disciple who wrote the Gospel of John, but we don't know for certain. It's a good-sized book with 22 chapters. Now, we've talked about different kinds of writing in the Bible. We've talked about historical writing.
Like when it says Moses walked up the mountain and sat down. That's just what it means. He walked up the mountain and sat down. Nothing tricky there.
Right. It's easy to understand because that's how we usually write today. We've also talked about poetry in the Bible.
Like when it says God will cover you with His feathers. It doesn't mean God is a bird.
Right. The feathers are a symbol for protection. It means God will protect you like a mother bird protects her chicks.
Okay, I understand all that. So which kind of writing is Revelation? Historical writing or poetry?
It's neither, and that's why it's so tricky. Revelation is a kind of writing that we don't have anymore today. It's called apocalyptic.
Apocalyptic? Doesn't that involve giant robots or zombies?
I think you saw that on TV.
Yep, It's the giant robot apocalypse. It's the zombie apocalypse.
Today, the word apocalypse means the end of the world. That's because of the book of Revelation. But the word comes from the Greek noun apocalypsis, meaning revelation, disclosure, unveiling. When future events are revealed to us, it is an apocalypsis.
So, apocalyptic writing is writing that reveals what's going to happen in the future, particularly dealing with the end of history, the time when God will set everything right.
There's also apocalyptic writing in the Old Testament, in the book of Daniel and several other of the prophets. A prophet would have a vision, and in the vision, God would reveal to them things that were going to happen in the future.
A vision? You mean like Peter on the rooftop when that sheet came down filled with unclean animals?
That's what makes Revelation so tricky. It's made up of visions that God gave to John, and visions use symbols.
Right. God wasn't telling Peter to take the good news to a bunch of pigs and camels and bats. The unclean animals were a symbol for people who weren't Jews, for Gentiles.
Does Revelation have symbols in it?
A gazillion. Revelation is 22 chapters of visions filled with symbols. There are lampstands and a lion and a lamb.
And strange creatures with wings, and a woman and a baby and a dragon.
And stars that fall from the sky, and huge hailstones, and earthquakes. And monsters from the sea, and giant locusts with long hair and lion teeth.
Whoa, that's even freakier than the giant robot apocalypse on TV.
Even the numbers in Revelation can be symbols. A Sunday school lady?
Sure can. The number 4 represents the 4 corners of the earth, covering the whole earth. The number 7 stands for perfection or completeness. That one comes up a lot. The number 12 represents the 12 tribes of Israel, the 12 disciples, or both. The number 1000 means a whole lot.
There's even symbolic math in Revelation. The number 144 is 12 times 12, the children of Israel squared. 144,000 means a huge number of the people of God. 12 times 12 times 1,000. Revelation is full of symbols.
It's difficult.
It's difficult
And very cryptic. It's what we call apocalyptic. Full of symbols, dreams, and visions. Waves us with some tough decisions. What's this?
What's this?
Symbol represent? What's the message being sent? Crazy scenes from our creator. You might need your calculator, 'cause in here you'll find it true that numbers can be symbols too. Revelation, what a trip. I read it as I sail my ship. These messages to John were sent. If only I knew what they meant. Ay, this stuff is crazy.
Buckle up, Winifred. I think it's going to be a bumpy ride.
It's been bumpy from the get-go, if you ask me.
Touché.